I'm live. All right. My usual glass. This became like my favorite glass for some reason. But happy Friday, everybody. With the iced tea in the Glenlivet 15 single malt Scotch whiskey bottle. Commercials. I use this. Prop up my screen. And I'll fill you in on my week. It's been busy. As you can tell, I haven't had a lot of YouTube videos this week. And it's not that I haven't tried. It's just I haven't gotten around to it. That's where the market's at. If you're still holding on to Hertz, God bless you. I moved to like 40% cash a little while ago, but then as things start going down, I'm repositioning, and I'm now 10% cash. It's that too soon junior thing. But okay, yeah. Hertz stock update. I keep one share of Hertz just to see where it goes. It's at 147 right now. So still, if you bought at 60 cents, you were making money. Yeah, cool. So today was fun. I got a root canal today. That was a good time. Yeah, the rentals have been popping. So I've spent a lot of time this week assisting in the rental operations, even delivering some cars, booking a lot of cars. And now, if you saw tonight's video, looking to possibly acquire more cars this week. And it's something I don't generally take too lightly, because I'm going to have to go drop $500,000, probably more, in the next week. But borrow most of that. I'm not laying it out in cash. Can't build a house and do this. I'm not that YouTuber like everybody else pretends to be. So I'm going to go buy some cars, finance some cars, get them in the fleet, rent them out for 2 months, and probably do a hard cut on a handful of cars. Now, my barbers are open. I'm in New York now. We're like the model of COVID response. But, yeah. Anyway, so haircut's good. House is coming along. Made a couple of mistakes, but I'll fill you in. I was gonna make a video on those. I can still tell you guys and make a video on it. The root canal happened, and I went to Firehouse Subs and got a cheesesteak. And then now my mouth up here, and they're like, "Oh, you got to take out your wisdom teeth too." So they're I think they need money now, so they're milking me. Jay Basick said, "Hey Rob, hey chat. What's the update on the guy who scammed you? Which one? Get in line, everybody." So I had the Xavier sent me a message. He sent me a message that was, and I think it was this morning. Hold on 1 second. There he is. Today at 11 in the morning. "Hey Rob, what's going on? I get off at 8 tonight. I get paid my first live check today, and I can get it cashed and meet up with you anytime after 1 tomorrow with the first installment for you." So he's going to try to pay me back $250 a week until I am repaid. I'm okay with that as long as he sticks to it, and I will consider the rest water under the bridge. I don't care about the backstory or anything like that. Even if he got a free loan, I will be happy to just have checked that off and getting my money back. Alyssa is not here tonight. She had a doctor's appointment today, so she is not here. But she will probably be around. You'll see her frequently. Yeah. Rob, are you a Submariner or a Sea Dweller? Submariner, I think of like the Rolexes. But I am probably a beach dweller. I don't want to be underwater, and I don't want to be on top of the water. Not a big fan of boats. Jaba6 says, which one? So damn many. Yeah, look, it is what it is. Like to be in this industry and pretend like you're not getting scammed by everybody, or you just pretend it doesn't happen. But cheers to you. Let's see. She's gonna read all these comments too. All these like, hottie girl, not there. She's pregnant. She's not pregnant. Nothing I know of. But yeah, I mean, there's scams that I've had happen to me that I haven't even told you guys about yet, and those are the bigger dollar ones. But don't be surprised if I mention a couple of lawsuits that are going to be flinging around soon enough. I got no updates on the Anthony Hopkins, whether it was him or not. I still sort of think it was a drunk Anthony Hopkins, but I'm whatever. How is your evening? Any word on the poster? The posters are going out. Posters are going out. I've got Anna is taking care of all the shipping, all the giveaways, posters, leftover shirts. And then we're launching another shirt tomorrow because Adventure Drive is coming up. And I'm going to give away a spot on Adventure Drives because that was fun last time. I had a couple of fans come on Adventure Drives. And yeah, so last time I brought Preet from, it's not Poland, it was up there though. And then Braxton from Canada both came to Europe. I rented them an M4, and yeah, it went well. But let's doesn't Tiara work for me? Tiara does work for me as well, but she spends some days out on a boat. She'll be on Adventure Drives though. Am I going to SEMA this year? I plan on it. Missing S shirt. If you haven't gotten your big S shirt yet, it's because we're waiting on them to come in. There's probably 70 people that, maybe 50 to 70 that haven't gotten theirs yet. And it's because we ran out of sizes. I don't know what the error is. We stamp them, we send them. And yeah, so the people that didn't get a shirt yet, and you have a tracking number. If you don't have a tracking number and you don't have a shirt, then shoot me an email. But everybody else should have either a tracking number, which will be live as soon as the shirts get in, which is supposed to be Friday today. But they sent the wrong blank, so then the guy had to get the other ones. Now they're on their way with UPS, but UPS sucks. So the next shirt is going to be an Adventure Drive shirt. I've got the demo of it. That's going live tomorrow probably. And we'll get somebody on the trip. So that'll be fun. 11 is $4.95 a day. Chris Baker, good to see you. I recognize the name. 9/11 is $4.95 a day during the week, $5.49 a day on the weekends. So same thing as the Corvette. All right. What else do I have? I've got it was good news on the Corvette. I read that email just as I was about to have my root canal. I'm like, oh, hold on, I got to read this email. And the email from Liberty Mutual read as follows. Okay. Wrong email account. That's the one. Hello, Rob. We will be affording coverage for the damage to your rental vehicle involved in the loss. We would like to inspect the vehicle. Is the vehicle available for inspection? Is the vehicle at Caracas Collision? Yes, yes, yes. So that was good. So I mean, it was inevitable, I think, whether it was through litigation or them just saying, like, the guy told them there was coverage, so we have to eat this one. Even if there wasn't sufficient coverage, the fact that they represented that there was, when it could have very look, if the outcome was the same, right? If they said the guy doesn't have coverage, the guy spends an extra $10 and ups his coverage because I won't give him the car otherwise, even $100, whatever, and he still crashes the car, they're still writing the same check. So, I mean, they're only really out if that sequence of events was happening, whether they got an extra $100 or not. I think they're just accepted it. Rob, tell us the truth. Your wife kicked you out of bed. Do I look like I just rolled out of bed or something? No. But I do. No, I don't know. I sleep in my kid's bed every once in a while. He likes me to put him to sleep, and sometimes I actually fall asleep, and I'm like, I feel like waking up and walking to the other room. So let's see here. I've got. So we got the Evo project. The body kit's on. The guy from the body kit shop came over and said, "You don't know what they're doing." And the body shop guy's like, "This is a crap body kit." And they're like, "You gotta cut this and put this here and stick this here." And so either way, Siobhan just said, "Get the damn thing done, and we'll see what it looks like pretty soon." I am drinking out of a Glenlivet 15 bottle. It's a single malt Scotch from Speyside, but I am drinking what appears to be iced tea, which was placed into that bottle. Huracan Ian said, "I understand if you're not comfortable talking about it, but how much do you really save handling the shirts yourself? 10 cents or 10 cents AT? Not trying to be a smartass." It's an excellent question. I like the quality control of seeing and feeling the shirts. Now, I'm not touching all of them, but bringing them in, bring them through the shop, whether or not I spend 50 cents more to have somebody else bag and ship them, I like watching them come through. And there's a value to that. People want stuff signed or something. I can't do it if it's just like, I've got these Super Speeder shirts on Teespring right under every single video. People don't seem to like that. When you bring them in the house, when you handle the merchandise, when I can slip stuff in the packages for people, it's not about how much money I'm saving. If I were to guess, though, I mean, maybe 10%, 20% savings. But I rather that money go to somebody I know that's working for me that can use the extra money than just giving it to some random third-party company and being completely hands-off. I think that cheapens it. I don't think I'm that special that that I don't have to be involved in the process. I don't mind being involved in the process. I hope that answers the question, but I don't know how much I would be saving or am saving because I don't have that fulfillment arm. There was a guy, I forget what it was, one of these YouTubers. I'm like, oh, holy crap, the guy bought his own printing machine. That I see is slightly more valuable because the shirts can ship out quicker. But like one of my least quality is not. Yeah, I mean, it was like one of their best quality shirts that they had in their Rolodex. But I don't know, just the printing and everything didn't do it for me. Pickle Me Timbers, good to see you, buddy. Hi, friend. I have yet to meet. How was your week? So I was doing that, Pickle. Me Timbers, Mr. Me Timbers. We went over my week. My house is plugging away, except my plumber sucks. Now, when I say sucks, it's not that his work sucks. The guy just doesn't show up when he's supposed to show up. And if, like you read, oh, sorry, emergency. And like, I'll give you one emergency, but like when you have like 4 emergencies in a week, I'm like, all right, you're full of poop now. Plumber joke, but I'm not a fan of that. The electricians are killing it over there. The air conditioner is done. And the HVAC was actually one of my fans. Guy emailed up about coming over, checking out the shop, and I saw it was like blah 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 HVAC. I'm like, want to bid on my house? And he came over after he saw the shop, came on down. I was like, all right. And we came to a term. and I let him do it. And then he did my warehouse after that. So I'm very happy with that relationship and how that worked out. Where'd we go? Michael Schultz. What's going on? Hey, Rob, I'm from Pittsburgh. Would love to come give your cars a good detail. Not that they need everything, would be on the house. Wow. Michael, I would take that every day of the week. My Super is covered in dust. I would just hate for you to come all the way from Pittsburgh to do that. It's a very nice offer. I would feel guilty making you drive that far to just detail my cars. But if I'm ever in Pittsburgh, I will buy you a drink for the offer. Let's see here. Carson Brindle, good to see you again, everybody, or Carson at least. It's cool to see like these recurring people every week. Hey Rob, it's Dad. My dad Ted's 71st birthday. He's a big fan of your stock picks. Could he get a shout out? What's going on, Ted? Happy 71st birthday. Very cool. I like to see that. And let me toss you a stock pick that, again, don't go rushing to throw money in this. I'm just going to tell you here's what I own this week. AMC Theaters at 418, I think that's where it closed today. I think is a pretty solid buy, right? It's not the low, it's not near the high. And once these theaters start opening up, we just think about AMC Theaters like in New York and everything else. Once these theaters start opening up, people are going to want to start going to watch movies. When Mulan, Top Gun, and these blockbusters start hitting the theaters again, I think in the long term, as long as AMC doesn't go out of business, this is probably a pretty solid time to buy. Even if it goes down a little further, I still think it's not a bad time. Buy a little bit now, buy a little bit in a couple of days. So even if you get it at 4, 3, 5, whatever, you get it in that sort of range, I don't think that'll be a bad play for the long hold. I bought AZEK, AZEK, which is TimberTech. And they make, where'd they go? That was an IPO, just came up. I bought them at 28.65. They're at 31 now, even as the market went down a couple thousand points. I just have one share for it, so don't buy that. NREF is another one I like. That's a Next Point Real Estate. They pay decent dividends, and it's a real estate investment. One Medical, $31.90. I bought it at $20.50. That was a pretty solid buy. One Medical, however, I don't know where the upside is yet. I don't know if I would recommend buying at 31. Smile Direct Club, I'm still bullish on Smile Direct Club. 741. I think that's going to easily be in the 9s, 10s, maybe even up to the public price when it did launch around 20. I have one share of Trex, which I was just watching because that's a direct competitor of TimberTech. They make the Trex decking. And then I have, let's see. Oh, look at that. Disney moved Mulan back a little bit. That goes into the AMC thing. I have Work, which is Slack. I reduced my position on that, but I'm still up significantly on it. I bought it at 28.07. It's at 32.50. On my kids' account, I've got Amazon, I've got Google, I've got CSX and Disney. So that's what I'm looking at. And then my retirement account, you don't even worry about that one. I've got all sorts of crap because that's a managed account. But these are the ones that I play with. If any of those sound nice to you, dive in. I've got logic behind all of them. Like for me, I look for depressed stocks. I'm looking for I want to swing for the fences, man. I want to turn that like a couple $1,000 into like 10x. It's like, yeah, $2,000, $3,000. Yeah, it's nice to have. But if you can turn $2,000 or $3,000 into 30, you feel like $1 million. But Teddy, happy birthday again. 71, good number. 71 years young. Enjoy it. And thank you for watching. Teddy should be joining me with the something a little bit more Teddy-like. Jay the Six says, house tour coming, I hope. So I'm in the process of suing my town because they passed something which, like, lawyers suck because they make everything very ambiguous and open to interpretation. So, like, we'll just say you can't do, like, and that's what even I had to file suit for, because they didn't want me YouTubing from my property, and I'm like, well, I don't think that's okay. Like, that's like saying, like, we don't want any Muslim people visiting your house. You can't say something like that. That's like a huge violation of my rights, and then anyone else's rights. And so they put it in my thing instead of saying you can't YouTube, and because they said, like, first off, it started as you can't YouTube outside your house, and they said I can't YouTube inside my house, and then they just said no commercial activity whatsoever on the property. And I said, well, yeah, that sounds fun and all, but, like, that's way too overly broad. You could say commercial activity is me answering a work call, me sending an email from my computer. That's commercial activity. Now I'm in violation, and that's just arbitrary and capricious legal words. And so I contested that, and instead of overturning it, the judge is giving them a chance to rewrite it. And they took one stab at rewriting it. It was like, same exact verbiage. It's like no commercial activity whatsoever, and then they added, unless that activity is permitted by ordinance in the borough of Rockland. In Alpine. Ignore me. But I was like, all right, well, that's all nonsense right now, because that doesn't make a lot of sense. My son came to his iPad. That doesn't make a lot of sense, because, like, why don't we just stop dancing around it? You're talking about my YouTube channel, like, and going through this. That's a commercial car. That's not his personal car. And they just go through everything. Well, he had a super speeder sticker on that car, so it's commercial. And I'm like, look, let's not even get into who's got commercial vehicles parked in their property. Like, a guy will have a fully wrapped van, his work van that he drives every day, parked in front of his house. That's cool, right? But me, like, here, this car, the picture he took of this car, he used an ad when he sold his car. He's a car dealer. Look at him. He's a car. His house is a car dealership. And it was just that level of like ignorance. And we went through this whole thing, and now they're allowing them to rewrite it. So there's going to be a public meeting on it. And my whole thing with them, and once this is all settled out, I'll get into it, is you have to prohibit something that's like prohibitable, right? You can't say my neighbor is allowed to, like, hey, yeah, you can go make a video and post it on YouTube from your property, but he can't because he makes money doing it. The act is what has to be regulated, right? And even so, like, if my YouTube videos involve building skateboard ramps in the backyard and, like, having 100-person parties, completely. If one person on the property next door or anywhere in the town does something like takes photographs and posts them on their Instagram account of their property, of their horses, whatever, you can't say now that I can't do it because you just deem mine commercial activity. So I'm fighting that battle, and ultimately I will win. It's just going to take just take the wallet and just go. So, but my house is coming along as well. I'm looking to move in September. My GCing is going fairly well. I'm happy with most of my hires. I've made 2 mistakes thus far. The first mistake being with the roofers. They didn't leave enough. There's an aluminum drip edge that comes out. They left like 1 inch instead of 2 inches. So the molding that I was going to have under there was 2 inches wide, and I only have 1 inch to stick under there. So we got to figure that out. And then the second one wasn't really my fault. It was the guys that came in to do the basement and pour the slab, something called an oofer ground. An oofer ground is a ground that goes to the footer of the house, and you're grounding everything effectively to the foundation. Excuse me. And what ended up happening with that was that we left a coil of like 15 extra feet so they can hang it from the ceiling or something when they did the pour for the basement. But the guys that came and put the underlayment, the vapor barrier, which is like a 3mm poly or something like that, just a plastic cover, and then they put like this chicken wire above it to add tensile strength to the concrete. And when they did that, they covered the coil of wire. I don't know why, they know better, but the mason, after we realized, like, where the hell did the ground go? Oh, they buried it. They came and jackhammered it out, and now they're gonna have to re-pour the concrete in that area, which sucks because it's not one slab anymore. And I hope it's only been like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, so hopefully it hasn't reached its full strength and it will act as still one piece. The concrete where that happened, hopefully it doesn't crack when we do it, but we got the ground out. That's going to be in the utility room anyway, so if there is a place for the slab to crack, hopefully it's in the utility room. And then lastly, I just ordered my fireplaces. My fireplaces were 10 grand, or like 10.6. And I'm like, hey, there's only 2 of them. I'm like, can you do any better on that? The guy's like, I could do 10,450 or whatever, 10.50, $10,050. So he saved me like $450. I'm like, all right, fine. Then I get the receipt, and he drop ships them from like a wholesale place. And I'm like, dude, don't send me the drop ship receipt because I see exactly what you paid. You made like 6 grand off of me, and this is like ridiculous. Like I'm all for companies making money, right? Like I understand people got to eat, but you're making 60%, and you're not even touching anything. Like you're not even. It's not even like you're shipping it to your place and then putting it on your truck and sending your guys over to deliver it. You're just having them ship it directly to my house. You're getting 60% for a phone call. That chapped my butt a little bit. But anyway, that's your little house update for now. But we're coming along, and I'm excited for that whole process to be wrapped up. All right, diamond soft wash paver and ceiling. Crazy, but look at Frontline Ltd for 37% dividend. Frontline Ltd. All right, I will look at that. Thank you. Cheers to you. All right. Where did we go? All right, let's see here. All right, so we got that. Thank you, Diamonds. Pickle Me Timbers. So what stock platform am I using to trade? So I use TD Ameritrade because I bank with TD. Then I use Chase because I bank with Chase. And then my retirement account is through JP Morgan, which my like the one that I play with most often is TD Ameritrade. That's like every month I throw $1,000 into it. And like even no matter what, if I fail in 10 years at $12,000 a year, I'll have 150 grand. But and that's with like the crappiest returns in the history of man. All right, Dobler Auto Parts. What is your ideal retirement net worth and age? Interesting. I see, like that leans towards like the thought that I want to retire. I love the idea of financial freedom, right? Like I don't have to borrow money. I don't have a mortgage. If I want to buy something, I can buy it in cash. And I am making enough money in passive income, which means I'm not doing anything and the money is rolling in. Now, that's part of being rich, I guess. If I could do that, like for me, I have to go work. Otherwise, I don't get paid. Even with YouTube, I got to make a YouTube video or I don't get paid. I want to say the ideal is about 10 million liquid. And the answer of that is because even at the crappiest of crap of like 5% returns, you can live off of like $40,000 a month, right? Like if you can't live off of $40,000 a month, and that's you need 10 million liquid to do that. You could probably get away with $5 million because that's the same thing. You should be able to get better returns. You should be able to do a lot of stuff with that. But like, imagine not having to work and getting $20, $30, $40,000 a month doing nothing. So me and like, there was a time when I was 18 when I was like, wow, you know, it would be great if I was if I made 100 grand a year, I would sign up for that right now. Like 100 grand a year doesn't even buy shoes for my kids, right?
Mm-hmm. Also, like and subscribe to my dad's channel. It's called Super Speeders.
Thanks, bro.
Bye, Dad.
See ya.
Also, come up soon, Spot, and you can live me.
Okay, you got it. So, like and subscribe. Throw some thumbs up for the little man. But the ideal retirement net worth. Now, you assume you can't go off of net worth because just because you have a net worth doesn't mean you can retire off it. Like you can have $0 and zero recurring or like passive income, and you can have a $5 million house that you own in cash. So you're worth $5 million, but that house is not generating you anything. It's costing you money. So I don't give a rat's butt what my net worth is, but my goal line, so to speak, is 10 million liquid that I can use to then generate me money. And at that point in time, I will feel like I never have to work ever again. But at that point in time, I'll probably work even more because I'll have money to lend people and lend companies. And when I lend people or companies money, I'll be on their board. And when I'm on their board, I'm going to want to sort of keep an eye on what they're doing and how they're doing it and how my money is being used. So that was a complicated question. Everybody's got different goal sets. I know it's been a while, but what's the latest on the GT3 RS? Are you talking about, this is Harrison here, are you talking about Shavam's GT3 RS? Because it just got a dead battery and now some codes, but he's shipping it on adventure drives with us. After my house is done, I would like to buy a GT3 again and a full GT. Let's see. Bart Wakayak. I think it's Bart Wakowiak. Are you still going to battle Rob Dahm in your C5? I look forward to it. I don't think Rob Dahm's four-rotor will ever be raceable. I hope so. I mean, he did a burnout for 7 seconds in it, so that was cool. But we'll see. Rob and I want to get together and film with him. I'm trying to get him. He never picks up my call. I'm going to call him right now. I'm live streaming. He said he was going to come on adventure drives. He wanted to come on adventure drives. I'm not going to show you his number. I'm not going to make that mistake. This guy's very busy.
Hey, can you hear me?
I hear you fine. You picked up. What's up?
Oh, yeah, I just got the Diablo back, and so this is like the second time I've ever used like the audio system here.
Nice. Yeah, it probably sucks. Like any like aftermarket audio system sucks. You're on my live stream. I didn't think you were going to pick up because you rarely do because you're hiding in your garage.
I know you. Well, this is the perfect time because I just got the damn car back.
Hey, did you get it out of the impound?
Yes, I did.
Nice.
And you know what's funny? The cop was trying to teach me a lesson by getting it registered in California.
Yeah.
It was a third of the price of registering it in Michigan.
Wow, he showed you.
Yeah. I'm really humbled at the car.
Nice. Well, you have to add the tow into that registration cost.
Yeah, true. So. Yeah, it was $600 for the tow and impound, but $707 to register the car versus $1,800.
That's not bad at all. Are you joining us next month in Seattle?
Oh, I would like to. I have no schedule in front of me, but that is something that I would Team would like to.
All right, we're going to take this conversation offline, and I'll call you tomorrow.
Yes.
But I'm looking forward to it. And then Rob and I, just to fill everybody in, are going to the quest for alpha status. Are going to do probably a couple of days worth of filming, so that should be pretty entertaining. But how's the project update? You got your C8?
Yeah. I'm gonna give you. Your live stream's gonna have all the information I haven't shared with anybody yet.
Oh, bring it on! Let's go.
Yeah. So the C8, I just ordered about $9,000 in parts for that car, and you won't believe it. Florida messed up that certificate of destruction. I have the certificate of destruction. They issued a salvage repairable title for the car.
Okay, well, it's not bad. That car was repairable, though.
Exactly, but what would I have done with the certificate of destruction? You would know way more than me, but that would have been pretty useless, as a car.
Yeah, I don't know, because I've never, I'm not even familiar with what that is. I just know cars are salvageable or salvage titles.
Yeah.
And that's why you can sell the burnt up carcass of an F40 and somebody's gonna buy the VIN number and put it on a stolen car.
Yes. But in Florida, and I looked it up too, in Florida they will, the third option is no title. They only issue a certificate of destruction, and it cannot ever be registered again.
Oh, interesting.
It's like a very vindictive move. But
that's kind of weird to do on a brand new car too.
Yeah. So I got all the radiators. They have radiators in and most of the structural, and so I ordered in air conditioning units, fenders, all the other small shit. So I'm gonna get her back to OEM status for maybe about $15,000, like done right.
Yeah, that's not bad. And then you're gonna ruin it.
Yeah, and I paid $46,000 for it, and that's an $86,000 optioned out car.
Okay. So you're gonna be into it for $60,000.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice. All right. Well, what about the four-rotor? Everybody wants us to race.
Yes. The four-rotor. The oil pump kept breaking, so I'm swapping oil pump companies and machining it so that way I can put a little bit more reliable oil pump on there. So,
yeah, oil's important.
Especially on that car. Yeah, how the belt kept breaking off, or at least that was a fear of mine.
Okay.
In one night, I broke 3 belts.
Oh,
so I'm like, okay, I'm done. So she's ready to make way more horsepower. So
well, why don't you make less horsepower so it can race and you can try not to blow up? Even if you run at 1,000 horsepower, it'd be pretty fun.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
So, all right, I'll let you get back to your thing. I'll give you a shout tomorrow. We'll talk adventure drives.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I'm going to be at the Peterson at 2 to see the damn Cybertruck.
Okay.
So I'll look at that box thing. Other than that, I'm free.
Just don't hit any of the windows with anything hard. So.
I'll try not to.
All right, talk to you. Bye. All right, you got two Rob, one's Mortal Enemies, by the way, where we're not really friends. But yes, there's the update there. There's the update there. That was your $1.99 question. Bart Walkawayak. I am going to battle out Rob Dom. Alfred Longton. I didn't know if that was a fake name. I had to read that slowly in my head to be like, did I? Amanda Hugginkiss. Kudos to you for giving us great content during COVID-19. Do you think that car sharing will be primary way urban people get access to cars in 10 years? I don't think so. I think cars are very personal. I just don't think people are super into sharing their stuff, right? People that can't afford something will share it to try to get something that they otherwise couldn't afford, that mob mentality. Look, I can't afford a Ferrari. You can't afford a Ferrari. You can't afford a Ferrari. But if 3 of us come together, we can all share a Ferrari. But that it never really works out because it's well, you broke that, and I want it now, and you it just once you have the sharing of something, it just I don't know. It cheapens it. It takes it away. And cars are very you want a car, you want to look at it there, and that's what people usually look for. So I don't think car sharing will be a primary way urban people get access to cars in 10 years, but I do think car sharing services, like so the act of sharing one's own car, I don't think, but communal cars, I think will be like the zip car model would be a little bit more popular. Where did I go here? We got, let's get to that one. Okay, we got Alfred. Was that Alfred? Yep. All right. Yo-Yo Propulsion Systems. For your new neighborhood, why do they want to stop you from making YouTube videos? In your opinion, what are they gaining by stopping you? So there was somebody in town that was objecting who may or may not live very close to me. And it's just like an irrational fear, right? So, and I'm all for it, right? Like so there's people that'll be like, wow, you're this person was such a nasty person to you, they're really an a-hole. And I take a more objective approach that that maybe they're not terrible people. I can definitely say how they treated me was not nice. And like lawyers' dreams are like rich people with money fighting back and forth because they don't do it logically. They just do it out of emotion. I'm more of a logical guy, and I want value out of it. But like at a certain point in time, you have to stand your ground, right? And I just think it was an irrational fear that you go to a rich town and you have a guy that's different, right? It's whatever that difference is. It's just like it's a career that's not something like there's lawyers, there's doctors, there's like whatever. And then there's like, oh, you're a YouTuber. And I think that went against me on my first application when I got denied, because you have this like highly recognized professional on the one side and saying like everything that guy's saying is a lie. I'm like, well, no, I mean, everything I'm saying is true. You're spinning it because you can spin things. And they like to really like, oh, look at this. I'm like, yeah, it's great. Like his website says the rules of the road don't apply. What makes you think he's gonna obey the rules of the town? And I'm like, guys, that's great. Like what my website, even if it says like I vote for Trump, that doesn't have anything to do with what we're here for. Like we're here for an application for a home. And they went too far down the rabbit hole on the first application. They recognized that on the second application. I think, and I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I don't want to speculate too much. But what they were gaining was just like trying to prevent, like, let's just like give this guy enough of a hard time that maybe he'll just leave, and then we don't have to deal with him. We don't have to see what the future is like here. But we'll see. I think that hopefully, I don't know if me and neighbor are ever gonna get along, but that person lives far enough away from me that we can probably go through the rest of our lives without ever seeing each other. And that is what it is. So that's what they're gaining, and I'm used to this. Like I used to do like the New York auto shows and everything like that, and you get some people come up, like they'll watch the video for like 10 minutes and they'll be like, how can you do stuff like this? You're teaching kids. Look what these kids are learning. And I'm like, whoa, wait a second. I'm teaching kids nothing. I am making entertainment videos, right? It's your job to teach your kid right and wrong. Don't put that obligation of making sure your kid doesn't speed or making sure your kid doesn't like go street racing on me. Like that's on you. Your kid can watch Die Hard and not go try to take over Nakatomi Towers. Like that's because there's a separation between what you're watching somebody else do and their mental ability to say, that's wrong, I'm not going to do that. Ho, 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 I don't have a machine gun. And move forward that way. So I've been used to the irrational responses to my videos for many, many years. And it's funny because like I don't even make like the same way you guys complain, like, oh, you don't make those like kicking the cops in the nuts videos anymore. I'm like, yeah, I get it. And like they look back at those and be like, look what he's gonna be doing. He's gonna be ripping donuts in the middle of his driveway, and it is what it is. But thank you, Yoyodyne Propulsion Systems, for the question. All right, Ali, what is this? Dan Shavar. Ali Dan Shavar? Dan Shavar? I don't know. Sounds Indian. Ali Dan Shavar. Hey Rob, do you think a sub 200,000 out-of-pocket warranty, 20 to 40,000 mile 458 Spider is a good buy? Will it retain its value? Will it justify? Yeah, 458. As far as 458s go, they're reliable. If something may break, it may cost you a bunch of money, but it's unlikely that it's not like the older Ferraris where you expect it to break. That would just genuinely be like something broke. Get a PPI on the car, make sure it checks out before you buy it. Sub $200,000 seems decent. I don't know if I would. The 20 to 40,000 mile cars are probably in the higher mile variety, so it's not going to retain its value as much. But it depends how much mileage you put on it. Like I think the 458 Spider is a great buy. I think it's a great car. And I think long term it will be the last like good V8 naturally aspirated Ferrari available. The most reliable, like you push the button, the top works. Like people are never going to understand the anxiety of like having a 355 or a 360 and like pushing the button for the top and just praying it doesn't get stuck or break or something while you're trying to operate it. But traditionally, I've put hundreds of thousands of miles on 458s, the maintenance costs are substantially low. Let's see here. Did I get all? Oops, no, thought I got all the questions. Did not get all the questions. All right, we got Yoyodyne, got Ali. Next up, flooring professional stereotyping. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Like that was a response to something I said probably 10 minutes ago, and I apologize for not getting the. I apologize for not getting the reference. All right, video Bob Mosley. There he is, Bob Mosley. Everybody check his channel out. He's cool. Bob Mosley has a channel where he takes like movie cars, and you'll see like DeLoreans and Ghostbusters cars and everything like that. So check out video Bob Mosley's channel. Very cool stuff. And what's up, dude? You tired? Oh, big yawn. You tired?
Again, you should also check out my dad's channel. Also like and subscribe. And also click that bell.
Click that bell. Oh, the notification bell.
Mm-hmm. And also press all.
On all of them. There you go. This video break was sponsored by Ryan's Toy Channel.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go up before Mama yells at you for being on my video. Up soon. All right. Whatever happened to the podcast we did at SEMA with Tavarish, Rich, and JR? Did it ever post anywhere? You know what? I got to dig it up. I'll post it up somewhere on my podcast channel. That was a good podcast. We had some good conversation. I just never got around to it. But again, everybody check out Video Bob Mosley. He makes some good stuff. I enjoy watching it. Go on the Joe Rogan podcast. Absolutely. If Joe Rogan wants to have me on this podcast, I will go on there, and a lot of people will throw stuff at us. Kevin Ball says, how did I start my exotic business? And if you're talking about the exotic car rental business, which is probably what you're talking about, I've gone into detail on that on many occasions. And I had Noah actually started the business, and I met him at a car show. It was like a Ferrari show. We met on Ferrari Chat, but two young guys at the Ferrari show. He was driving a Jetta at the time. I was driving a Corvette. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to start a Ferrari rental business. I'm like, all right, that sounds crazy. Like, people are going to crash your cars in a day. And when When that fast forwarded, he called me up a couple of weeks later, or a couple of months later. I forget what the timetable was. I was doing a fun run. We were at Hooters in Wayne, and he's like, "Hey, I want to come drive. I got my 360." And we're like, "All right, well, if you have your 360, come on out. I'll wait for you." And he like, we waited in the parking lot for like 40 minutes after he finished eating. He finally pulls up in this 360, and that was cool at the time. I still think it's a cool car. I own now 3 of them. And he rolled up in this 360. And I'm like, dude, that's cool. This guy's got a rental business. And it was like he would drive it to his own customers, take the train back and everything like that. And if you fast forward, then somebody whacked up the fender on it. And he's like, oh, the thing's going to be down for a month. And it's going to be 15 grand to repair. I'm like, fender right there? Like bang it out. And you'll be, it's like 2 grand. And you'll be back up and running in like 2 days. And he's like, no. So I brought him over to my cousin's body shop, and I don't know if he's actually my cousin. We're Italian, everybody's your cousin. Sure enough, he's like, yeah, I can do that for like $2,700, and I'll have it done to you by Friday. So when that happened, Noah realized he didn't really know much about cars, and he's like, all right, you need to help. And I was working at the golf course, caddying, carrying golf bags and everything like that. I'm like, yeah, I can make my own schedule, I can do whatever, and carry golf bags when I'm not working the rental business, and it just went from there. Yada, yada, yada. We had a big company. All right, Flooring Professional. Your homeowners association stereotyping you for building your house. So it has to go before the local zoning boards. And there's a bunch of people that live in the town that are on those boards. So they're going to tell you what they like, what they don't like, and then try to make sure that they act within the best interests of the town, which I think they may have thought they were doing. But you have to do that without stereotyping, without violating somebody's rights. You can do that by voting on the application that was put forth, not based off of like my political beliefs, the color of my skin, my religion, what I do for a living, all of that stuff. It's like that's like putting forth something to be approved, and then the guy saying like, that guy owns a strip club, we don't want him here, and like it's just weird. Or like, that guy's gay. We don't need gay people up in this piece. So stuff like that is where the higher courts come in and be like, sorry guys, you can't do that. Yeah. So, Ceramic says, Rob, trying to earn my F1 SL. IndyCar, the route. Yeah, you got to go to IndyCar if you want to get to F1. That's like, there's a lot of money there to make that sort of happen, or a lot of talent. If you got that talent, you'll make your way through. But good luck to that. Like that shit, I'll drink to that. If I see you on F1 after this, like we're gonna know something went down. What does money do to a person? This is where did it go? Nallan, Nallan. What does money do to a person? I've been following you for a long time, and I'm curious, happier with or without money? So it depends if you think money makes you more of a person or not, right? Like, I'm just a person with some money. And I like to think I'm the same person. I'm holding the same doors for the same people. I'm treating people the same as if I was working alongside them, or they're working with me or for me. And I've always said an asshole with a Lamborghini is still the same as an asshole without a Lamborghini. Like the car, the money, the whatever, the belts, the fashion, it doesn't make you a better person than the next guy. So I sort of tend to stick around and look for good people. I don't care how much money. You can be a billionaire. If you're a billionaire and you're an asshole, I don't want to do business with you. I don't want to benefit from you. I just like, you go that way, I'll go this way, and I'll enjoy my life. There's more to life than money. And I've definitely chosen the path to go towards good people versus rich people before. A lot of people think having money, whether they earned it or not, makes them better than other people, and that's like absolutely incorrect. But to answer your question, what does having money do to a person? Having money makes life easier, right? It makes, like, you don't have to, you have more choices in life. You can say, I want to do this or I do this. Not like, okay, I can afford to do this, but not that, that, or that. Now you can choose. So does having money make you better than anyone? No. Because of, well, maybe 280 richer because YouTube takes their cut. Daniel Elsakar, besides your updated Porsche, do you plan to expand your fleet now that the rentals are picking back up? Thinking of expanding my fleet in San Francisco, but still worried. Yeah, so Daniel, I know San Francisco's got more of a year-round thing. I would be very concerned, especially with the regulations. But I'm understanding that there's a risk there, and I'm not going to really expand too much. But I know what my revenue numbers are generally in June, July, and August, which are like 3-month season, and I don't want to miss out on that opportunity by not having the cars. Now I was able to capitalize on that opportunity and then use like April, May, October, November, or September, October, November to also generate money to offset the carrying costs of those vehicles. And now I'm starting by just buying cars for June and July. Hopefully I can buy them and get out of them sooner. I don't know. There's a risk. Like that. It's. I don't know what the right play is. I think there's a lot of uncertainty, especially in an election year. I don't know if coronavirus is something we should be concerned about or not, but I do know that once politics gets involved, it'd be the shift of whether you should be running and hiding or running outside and renting cars is going to be very tough to predict. And that's just generally like what happens. It's the only thing I've learned in politics in my life is that we have a system that can legislate when it absolutely is necessary. September 11th, financial crisis, COVID-19, like things get passed in 24 hours when they have to get passed. But everything else is just like partisan BS nonsense back and forth. And that's why, like, things are serious when politicians get along and be like, yes, we have to do that. And you don't really have to worry about things anymore when they just start arguing amongst themselves. And also, given the fact that it's an election year and they're trying to get Trump out of office, I'd be very wary to expand the fleet too much. Let's see. Herps85. What's the latest on? He is not going to be getting a speedy trial. Like they're now holding him in jail, and he'll get a trial eventually, but he's not going to get a speedy trial anytime soon. Let's put it that way. And they're using COVID-19 as an excuse. Some people saying the stream is chopping for them. I don't know. Oh, good. I caught up on all the comments. Let me make sure I got everybody. 1, 2. I got Daniel. I got Malin. Ceramic. I got Flooring Professional. Good, because we're right at an hour, so I can wrap this up pretty soon. Go put my kid to bed, because that's important. Got to balance that work and home life. Got that. Propulsion system. That's the size it's going to let me scroll. All right, I think I got everybody. So I'm going to, I'll give you like 5 more minutes. Just anyone who wants to get in before the bell. But yeah, your stream is fine. It's usually when a stream is choppy, it's usually internet based. I don't see any buffering or anything like that on my end. So here's what it is. I think we covered a bunch. Meeting on this side. I had my root canal on this side today. Slick detailing. Am I still giving away those carbon ceramic rotors that are damaged? I just gave a piece of it away today. My neighbor wanted one. Yeah, there's going to be so there's a couple of giveaways. We're going to give away the spot for adventure drives. That's coming up next week. Not next week. I'll probably put that video up tomorrow, honestly. But then I got to do a video on this guy in California. I think he was like a scumbag body shop guy or something, whatever. I think he also had a rental company. He used his PPP loans to go buy Ferraris and rent them out. But he defrauded some people, so I'll look a little bit more into that. All right, Keith just jumped in here. Shopping for a new ride. Regardless of price, the new Ford GT or a McLaren. Keith, that's so tough. And I'll break it down for you. So the new Ford GT is a good buy, right? Like you buy it, especially at sticker. I wouldn't buy it at like $1.2 million, but if you can buy it at list, it'll retain its value better. I think the McLaren is a much better car, like a 720, or even a Senna, a 720. Well, Senna's not a good road car, but you buy a McLaren 720 or even 600 LT, something like that will be really nice. But the problem is you're going to have super depreciation. So obviously, if you're shopping in those cars and you make money and you can afford to take a depreciation hit on it, I think the McLaren's the way to go. If you can get a Ford GT at sticker and you don't really want to drive it so much, and it's still not a terrible car from what I gather, but it's also not like you must own this car. You can go get a Ford GT because the value will go up and you get your money back. Yeah, one more. These are my daughters. Flooring Professional says, when will you be ready for your flooring installation? I emailed you last Friday. Thanks, Robert Dobry. I got your email. I'll respond back. The floor, I'm now up in the air. The guy I had over at my house, like, don't do a floating floor. But I have a floating floor sponsor. So I may do that, but he's telling me to just do hardwood floors. My house is going to look pretty boss. I'll share it with you because why not? The inside of my house is going to look like. You compare it to when it's done. In my wrong inbox, that's why. I was excited to see. So, like, that's what I want the inside of my house to look like when we're done. But like a lot of white, a lot of detail on the walls. If you see the, like, not just sheetrock, but it's gonna look pretty cool. But that's what I'm going for. What's up? Yeah. Up time. All right. I'm coming up. Let me say goodnight to everybody, and I'll be right up, Brian.
Night.
Good night. Go up. I'll be right there, buddy. I just got one or two more questions to answer. All right. So I'll get in touch with you on that. You're the flooring professional, though, so I'm going to get your opinion on it. Rocco C said, thank you for the content. What are some good V12 cars that you think are good drivers and hold value? Diablos. Honestly, any V12 Lambo will be a pretty solid. Any V12 Lambo would be a pretty solid buy. A Diablo, a Murcielago, an LP640, I think will all hold their value pretty well. I would lean towards the Murcielago over the LP640 if you want something that is a better driver. But V12 cars generally are big and heavy, so just be aware of that. I think the floating floors are fine. Hardwood floors scratch easy. See, that's what I'm talking about. Flooring Professional, I agree. It's there's a company called Newwood, Nuwood, that I was looking into. I've got samples at my house, and that's what I was going to go with. But yeah, you let me know your thoughts, because I'll let you install. Like, I'm sure we'll come to terms on something. And yeah. All right, guys. I've got a 8-year-old upstairs that would like me to put him to bed, and I'm going to go do that. Nick Vapes deleted a paid message. What did Herps85 want to know? Can I see that? Unhide user. Let's see. I'm sorry, Nick Vapes. You crossed the line. But I think I got everybody. If I missed your questions, guys, it was not intentional, or not because I didn't like the content. I think I've pretty much proven I will answer anything. Gentlemen, have a good night. Lady, if there's one out there, you also have a good night. I will catch you guys soon. When I say catch you guys soon, I'll see you guys next Friday. Because Fridays are the nights that we drink and unwind. Sal Matoli, the Bentley ECU guy, never sent proof, never sent money back. He was deadbeat. Alex G, Adventure Drives was not postponed. We are going off as scheduled. That's going to be tomorrow's video. We've done an alternate route, so we're only going to be in the U.S. So we're going from Seattle and Jackson Hole, but down through Portland, Crater Lake, Bend, Oregon, up to Kennewick, over to Spokane, and we're going to Whitefish for 2 nights for Glacier National Park, and the remainder of the trip will remain the same. So if you want to sign up for Adventure Drives, shoot an email over, or you can just put a deposit in on the website. But we are totally on top of it. Flooring Professional, you have a good night as well. Cheers, everybody. Corey Brezik, you're boring, almost fell asleep. My soothing voice helps put you to sleep. Good night, everybody. See you next Friday. And